Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you're here today because we're diving deep into the final episode of My Desire on Starlife. So firstly, you must be wondering when this series will end, right? Well, we got you Starlife fans. This series, according to our calculations, it is expected to end on the 30th of April, 2025, which is a very long way to go. So the emotional roller coaster that was Arjun and Kaashvi's love story comes to a close. And it's a wild ride of twists, turns, and of course, love. If you haven't seen the episode yet, no worries, we've got you covered. We'll break it all down for you and talk about those heart-stopping moments, the emotional resolutions, and what this finale means for the characters we've all come to love. But before we dive in, don't forget to hit subscribe, click on that bell icon, and join the family. So, where do we even begin? The final episode of My Desire was packed with emotions, drama, and a few unexpected surprises that left us all in tears. The episode kicks off with a bang when the police arrive to arrest Pradyuman. And boy, what a moment that was. For all the chaos and trouble he caused, it seemed like he finally had to face the music. Arjun, standing tall as always, tells Pradyuman that the law will punish him for everything he did. Pradyuman, though, isn't backing down just yet. In a final act of desperation, he pulls out a pen drive and reveals a shocking video to Arjun and Kaashvi. In the video, it looks like Karun, Kaashvi and Arjun's son, was responsible for Mohan's death. The video shows Karun pulling a lever, and at that moment, the shock and disbelief is written all over Arjun's face. Pradyuman taunts them, saying it's too late now. You can't change the truth. But Arjun refuses to believe it. He knows Karun isn't capable of something like this. Yet, when the police inspector checks the pen drive, everything seems to be pointing to Karun. He is seen in the footage pulling the lever that led to Mohan's tragic death. It's a devastating twist, but Kaashvi refuses to accept it. She stands by Karun, insisting that it was an accident, that Karun never intended for anyone to be hurt. But unfortunately, the evidence is clear, and Karun is arrested. At the police station, Karun is understandably terrified. He clings to Kaashvi, calling her mama and pleading for her to save him. You can feel Kaashvi's heart breaking. She has always been the strong one, always the one who protects everyone, but now she is struggling to keep it together for Karun. In that moment, she makes a promise to him, a promise she intends to keep. I will save you, no matter what. As the story unfolds, Kaashvi and Arjun know they can't let Karun face the consequences of something he didn't do intentionally. Kaashvi tells the inspector that Karun was just trying to help. Karun was scared, and in that moment of fear and darkness, he made a mistake. But that doesn't mean he should pay for it with his life. But the inspector, the juvenile home officials, and even the lawyer don't seem to be on their side. They're only looking at the facts, and the facts seem damning. The officials tell them that Karun will have to be sent to a juvenile home. Kaashvi refuses to give up. She insists that she will find a solution. She will save her son. So, what do? They decide to go ahead with the court case, and things get more intense by the second. The court hearing is set for just 2 days later, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Kaashvi and Arjun hire the best lawyer they can find, determined to give Karun a fighting chance. Karun, still fearful, begs Kaashvi to keep him from jail. He says, I promise I won't cause trouble again. Please save me. It's heartbreaking. This boy, who was just trying to help, is now facing a future that seems full of uncertainty. Finally, the day of the court hearing arrives. Kaashvi and Arjun wait anxiously, hoping that the judge will understand their son's intentions. They're both full of hope, but can't help but feel that there's a possibility things might not go their way. Meanwhile, they've heard nothing from Mira, who had been a close ally up until now. Mira is suddenly unreachable, and both Arjun and Kaashvi are left wondering. What is she planning? The courtroom drama begins with the prosecution arguing that Karun intentionally caused Mohan's death by pulling the lever. They present their evidence, but Arjun's lawyer stands up, arguing that Karun is just a child and didn't know the consequences of his actions. But then, things take a surprising turn. The prosecution brings in Karun's school principal as a witness. The principal testifies that Karun is a troubled and mischievous child who was expelled from school for causing chaos. The judge seems to lean toward the prosecution's argument, and the tension in the courtroom is at an all-time high. Kaashvi and Arjun feel as though the ground is slipping beneath them. But just when it seems like all hope is lost, Mira enters the courtroom. The audience collectively holds their breath as Mira takes the witness stand. She swears to tell the truth and immediately starts speaking in Karun's defense. Mira drops a bombshell that changes everything. Karun did not cause Mohan's death. It was an accident. The real cause was a short circuit. She explains that Karun only pulled the lever because he thought it would fix the lights. He was trying to help, not hurt anyone. I end the courtroom. You could hear a pin drop. Mira's testimony shifts the entire case. The judge listens carefully to what Mira says, and Karun's innocence is finally proven. The judge dismisses the case, declaring Karun free to go. Arjun, Kaashvi, and Karun are overwhelmed with emotion. Karun runs into their arms, and there are tears of joy and relief. But then the biggest twist comes. Mira, still composed, approaches Arjun and Kaashvi with something they never expected: divorce papers. She tells Arjun that she is going to leave and that she's already signed the divorce papers. Mira wants to raise her baby on her own in Delhi, away from all the drama and chaos. But there's one thing she insists. Arjun and Kaashvi are meant to be together, and they need to stay strong for each other. Mira looks at Karun and tells him that she's always been his mother too, and that it's time for her to move on. Mira leaves, saying that she doesn't need anyone's help to raise her child and will make sure her life is good on her own. Kaashvi and Arjun are both in shock, not knowing how to process it all. 6 months later, we find Mira in Delhi, holding her baby. She looks at a photo of Mohan and cuts a cake to celebrate her baby's second month. She speaks lovingly about how she wants her child to grow up to be just like Mohan: kind, caring, and strong. It's a peaceful moment for Mira, and you can see that she's finally found a sense of closure. Meanwhile, Arjun and Kaashvi are welcoming their own new addition. The day finally arrives, and Kaashvi gives birth to a beautiful baby girl, whom they name Chahat. The joy and love are overwhelming as Arjun and Kaashvi hold their daughter for the first time. Karun comes running in, thrilled to meet his new sister. Kaashvi and Arjun look at their daughter, filled with gratitude and love. Chahat represents the love that has never ended, a love that survived trials, betrayals, and difficult times. Their love will live on in their child. They say, no matter what happens, Chahat will always remind us of our endless love for each other. And that's it. What an incredible journey for Arjun and Kaashvi. Their love truly conquered everything: pain, betrayal, and heartache. And in the end, they found happiness. What did you think of the finale? Was it everything you hoped for? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep believing in love,